There are Yidden, Achenu Bnei Yisrael, hostages in captivity for a year and a half, hungry and thirsty, waiting every minute and every second for freedom. A group of soldiers walk in, and they tell him, "We came to free you." And they say, "Come with us. We will take you home." He tells them, "Thank you so much. But I'm here for a year and a half. I'm used to it. I want to stay over here." It can't be. No such a thing. Bnei Yisrael are slaves for 210 years, tortured, crying. Moshe Rabbeinu comes, turning over Mitzrayim with Oisis and Moivsim. Mitzrayim is on wheels, and he brings the good Besurah. We are going out of Mitzrayim. Believe it or not, only 1/5 of Klal Yisrael was excited. We are finally going out of Mitzrayim. The other 4 parts were disappointed. We want to stay here. We're here to stay. They were nifter in the Shloishes Semei Afela, like Chazal tell us. What was with them? What did they think? Why would they want to stay in Mitzrayim? If this would be only before Kriyas Yamsuf, we would think maybe they thought that Moshe Rabbeinu would not be able to take them out of Mitzrayim totally. They were scared. But even after Kriyas Yamsuf, when the Yidden had problems in the Midbar, what did they say? Zacharnu as hadoga asher achalnu b'Mitzrayim. Remember the fish that we ate in Mitzrayim. V'es havatichim, the watermelon. V'es hakishum, v'es habotzal. When did they have all this food in Mitzrayim when they were slaves? So the fish, the Gemara says, when they went to the well to take water, Hashem put a fish into the water. And when they were in the field working like a slave, digging, and they found a small watermelon on the side, they ate it quietly. Or they took the botzel and they put it into the packet to bring it home. That's called Zacharnu as hadoga asher achalnu b'Mitzrayim. What does that mean? Number 2. The Sfarim HaKadoshim tell us Bnei Yisrael and Mitzrayim were a memtes shari tumah, and that's why they had to go out right away before they fall in to nun shari tumah and they will be stuck there. Which memtes shari tumah did the Bnei Yisrael have? Gili Arayas. Chazal tell us, Rashi brings it, Bnei Yisrael were not nichshol narayis in Mitzrayim. Avodah Zarah, that Chazal, it looks like the Yidden did have a connection to Avodah Zarah, but in the Pasuk it says, V'nitzak al Hashem Elokei Avosenu. And the Moira Nayim in Parashat Shemoi says, it can't be Bnei Yisrael were really Oved Avodah Zarah, because if yes, they would not have had such big nisim when they went out of Mitzrayim. So he says, they had a certain shaykhis, a certain connection to Avodah Zarah. They didn't do everything l'shem shemayim, which is called Avodah Zarah. But that's called memtes shari tumah. The same thing when Bnei Yisrael was standing by the Yamsuf. The Yamsuf did not want to split. He said, "Halalu v'halalu over the Avodah Zarah." On one side, we have Bnei Yisrael crying to Hashem that He should help them. On the other side, we have Mitzrim that are rebelling what Hashem told them to free the Bnei Yisrael. How could you say halalu v'halalu over the Avodah Zarah? Number 3, when we thank Hashem for the nisim in Mitzrayim, we say Hamaver bonav ben gizei Yamsuf, machutz chalo bonecha. Why are we stressing the thing that we are called bonim when we thank Hashem for Yetzias Mitzrayim? And one more question. Avodim hayinu lepari b'Mitzrayim, v'yinu lihoitzi HaKadosh Baruch Hu as havosenu b'Mitzrayim, mishubodim hayinu lepari b'Mitzrayim. How would we be today slaves for Pari when Pari is not alive anymore? And slaves is forbidden in the whole world in today's days. The answer is, Bnei Yisrael in Mitzrayim were like an apple in the house of a priest. An apple believes in Hashem. He's not bad. But Hashem is Barach made created a tzad kedusha and a tzad tumah, because he wanted there should be a capability for a person to be able to choose the good. So Hashem made servants for the tzad kedusha. He gave them food; they should have what they need, and he gave servants for the tzad tumah. How does the apple know that his mission is to give strength for the priest, for the tzad tumah? Because he finds himself in the house of the galach, of the priest. He finds himself in his mouth with no way to get out. That proves him, that shows that's what he was here for. He was created to give strength for the priest. Bnei Yisrael find themselves in Mitzrayim, slaves to Paro. In the beginning they understood it's a matter of time. We don't belong here. We are children of Hashem Yisbarach. But they were there for another year and another year. 10 years, 20 years, 50 years. They had children. They were born in Mitzrayim. They started understanding if we are here and we have no way out, that shows that this is what we are. The place that we are, that's what we are. We are slaves for Paro. We were created for the tzad tumah. They did not do Avedis. They believed in Hashem. But they understood in their head that they are not children of Hashem. The mission they got is to be Avdei Paro. What did that do? That disconnected their heart from Hashem. They couldn't serve Hashem with heart, with feeling. That disconnected them. That's Sharei Tumah. Does not say they had Tumah. They went in with their head. The Golus Mitzrayim was in the das, in their head. They went deeper in the understanding. This is our house. This is our place. And the more they understood it, they went into another shar of understanding that we are Avdei Paro. B'schus noshim tzidkonios nigalu aveseinu miMitzrayim. The Gemara in Shabbos tells us the men did not want to have children. The noshim tzidkonios encouraged them to have children. In a deeper understanding, the men understood we are, in our essence, Avdei Paro. If that's the mission Hashem Yisbarach gave us, we have to fulfill it. But why should we bring new slaves for the tzad tumah? The Noshim Tzidkonios told them, no, this is a mistake. We are in our essence, Bonim Lashem, children of Hashem Yisbarach. We are here for a reason. We are going to go out of Mitzrayim and be able to get the Torah. We are not slaves to Paro. Of course, we should have children to bring more slaves, more children for Hashem Yisbarach. Bnei Yisrael were crying to Hashem. He sent the Moshe Rabbeinu. He started bringing makas. We're going out of Mitzrayim. There were still two ways to approach what was going on. One way was to understand. What we understood until now was a mistake. We are not slaves for Paro. We are children of Hashem. And now is the time He's coming to take us back to Him and to give us the Torah. There was another way to understand. No, we are in our essence Avdei Paro. But Paro was wicked. He tortured us, his slaves, more than he was supposed to. So he deserves a punishment, and his slaves should be taken away from him. What's going to prove which of these two options are correct? Let's think. When a king hears somewhere in his kingdom there is someone that's torturing his slaves, he will send one of his ministers to go take care of the problem. But if his child is over there, the king is going to go himself to save his child. Ilu lo yehoitzi HaKadosh Baruch Hu es aveseinu miMitzrayim. If Hashem Yisbarach himself would not have taken us out of Mitzrayim, he would have sent a minister, a malach, to take us out. Mishubadim hayinu lepare b'Mitzrayim. We would still have that wrong understanding. We would think that we in our essence are meshubed to Paro, even though we're not his slaves right now because he's not here. But that's what we are, meshubed to Paro. But Hashem Yisbarach took us out himself That proved us that we are his children. Klal Yisrael came to the Yamsuf. The Yamsuf said, Halolu v'halolu over the Avodah Zarah. Of course, Bnei Yisrael believe in Hashem and they're screaming to Hashem. But he understood the same mistake that Bnei Yisrael had. That they're also mishubed. Their mission is to be avodim for Parei. So why should I split for them if they are slaves for Parei? Hashem Yisbarach told the Yam, no, you have a mistake. You have the same mistake they had. They are my children, and they're going out to get the Torah. The whole Mitzrayim was to bring them the way to be able to get the Torah. Now, there are Yidden that was sitting and thinking to themselves, is it worth it for us to go out of Mitzrayim or not? Some said, of course. Let's go out. Hashem is coming to take us to Him. He's going to help us. We'll become free. The others were saying, no. We are not children of Hashem. He's not coming to help us. He's coming to punish Parei that tortured us in a way that wasn't supposed to be. So what's going to happen with us when we go out of Mitzrayim? He's not going to take care of us. He's going to give us to a different country, like the Plishtim will take us to be slaves, because that's our essence, to be slaves. What's better? We're here in Mitzrayim for 200 years. We figured out how to find a fish in the water, how to find a watermelon in the field. We're going to go to a new country, become slaves again. We're going to have to figure everything out from the beginning. That's very hard. It's not worth it for us. We want to stay in Mitzrayim. And when they had a problem in the Midbar, the Erev Rav tried to bring that back, this understanding. They started saying, why did we go out? We should have stayed in Mitzrayim. Mitzrayim. We figured out how to be slaves in Mitzrayim. Why should we be here in the Midbar when Hashem is not taking care of us because we are not His children? And that's why, when we thank Hashem for Yetzias Mitzrayim, we stress that we are His children. Because when Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim, He did two things. Number one, He helped us with our hardships. Number two, He gave us the deeper understanding that we are His children. Sometimes, a person can have a darkness in Avodas Hashem. The biggest problem is when he thinks that's what he is. The Pesach tells us, Me'irochek Hashem Ne'eli. The Messiah explains, when a person feels far, that shows that Hashem wants to become more close to Him. Because when a person has a darkness, it's obvious that he has to bring in more light. How do we bring in light in our Avodas Hashem? There are two main things. Number one, understanding what we are doing. Understanding the mitzvah of tefillah, of Shabbos. Number two, understanding the purpose. Why am I doing it? Hashem should help. We should all be zoiche to live with this understanding that we are children of Hashem. And all of Acheinu Bnei Yisrael, Hanasunu Matzah Bashiv, you should have a Yeshua. And we should find ourselves all together in Yerushalayim and HaKodesh. Bebias Mashiach Tzidkeinu B'Meheinu B'Yameinu. Afreilich and Pesach.